everyone, this is top 5 of anti-CCP or pro-freedom English YouTube channels part 2. Check my previous video if you are interested in what I recommended. Number 4. Crossroads with Jewish Waffle YouTube channel from the Epoch Times, another US-based international multi-language newspaper and the media extension of the Falun Gong. Joshua, the host of the program, is an award-winning investigative reporter and an expert on important issues, including ideological subversion, front operations, disinformation, unrestricted warfare, and historical roots of issues seen on the surface of today's politics and culture.
I'm a senior investigative reporter. I've been investigating Chinese subversion and overseas operations since 2008. And so, in fact, I was one of the first journalists, as far as I know, who exposed what they call the United Front, which is how the Chinese Communist Party uses front operations in the U.S.
The program has news analysis with experts and journalists, different discussions on history, ideology, and values.
But even governing authority can go wrong and go bad, and our country has its roots in that very story. And yet, I believe our founding fathers did right and moral things to lead in a war for American freedom, to lead in the war for independence, to withdraw, not really rebellion in the bad sense, because rebellion biblically generally is a bad thing, but to actually fight against, in Latin, rebello means I fight against. So to actually fight against a ruler who has lost his authority through constant, serious abuses.
Some of his work uncovered gangs of Chinese origin operations in New York City. His approach is very calm and weighted.
Many socialists today view the system with rose-colored glasses, yet are often unaware of the original intentions of socialism. From the very beginning, socialism was intended as a system of state tyranny. It is what Karl Marx referred to as the dictatorship of the proletariat, and what Lenin called state capitalism. Socialism is a system of totalitarian dictatorship, meant to destroy every level of free will in society by dictating every part of a person's life. It's an ideology of distrust in the ability of the common person to decide for themselves the best course in life, and a belief that state leaders should be given absolute power over each individual. It was also not about getting rid of capitalism. It was specifically about having a massive state bureaucracy seize control of all resources and means of production, and establishing a system that could dominate every facet of society. Of course, Marx and Engels never intended socialism to be sustainable. They believed it was merely the initial step of establishing communism, where the powers of the state could be used by the dictatorship of the proletariat to destroy all values, morality, institutions, and other systems of the past. Eventually, they believed, either the socialist dictatorship would collapse or its leaders would somehow renounce power, leading to the envisioned stage of communism. Socialism is the ideology of state slavery. It's a system that places the alleged interests of a collective over the life and free will of an individual, turning people into lifeless shells, incapable of self-reliance, and indoctrinated with an ideology of struggle. The generosity of socialists isn't real generosity. It is, as author William F. Buckley Jr. put it, being, quote, generous with other people's money. And the false generosity of socialism is one that can't exist without the forceful arms of state tyranny. It's a generosity of envy, of discrimination, and of plunder that can only emerge from the barrel of a gun.
Number 5. ADV China, a more of a simple people's perspective on issues from foreigners who lived and traveled all over China for over 10 years. It's a collaboration of two YouTubers, Serpenzi A, YouTuber of South Africa origin, and Lao Y 86 US origin. On their collaboration channel, they travel around countries. Used to be dominantly China, but after criticizing regime, now they have diversified their trips to other countries and talk about different topics like dating Chinese girls.
C-Milk,
Yes?
we're talking about dating girls, advice for dating Chinese girls, I should say.
Food in China.
About how Guangdong people and Chinese people in general prefer the freshness of their food. So you come to a wet market to get the food after it's either been picked from the farm or killed. So we have things like ducks, we have things like fresh fish, seafood, vegetables galore, chickens, sometimes even with their babies still inside of it.
Cars and motorcycles in China.
What do we have over here?
That's a Havel, or
Haval, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's not a real thing.
Well, it's a Chinese car.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to be talking about Chinese cars.
Well, you even own one, don't you?
I do, so let's get on the road and start talking about it.
I actually thought we should go to a Chinese car dealership to go check it out.
Yeah, brilliant idea. Let's do it.
Buildings in China. Construction quality in China.
Anyone who's any kind of a construction person is going to look at this and say, like, what the actual hell is going on?
Originally, YouTube wasn't their main source of income. They had jobs. As their channels grew, they became full-time YouTubers. They have successfully crowdfunded and released 2 travel documentary movies, Conquering Northern China and Conquering Southern China, where they travel around the country and talk with locals and show local cuisine and culture.
你们愿意在中国用摩托车来参观我们整个中国的风景，我感觉你们是最棒的。
During the shooting of movies, authorities interfered with the process in different ways, like turning locals against filming and talking to them by spreading rumors.
We were searched, interrogated, harassed, and basically driven out of the province just based on the assumption that we were going to stumble across and maybe film something that the government didn't want us to see.
Similar to Crossroads and China Uncensored, they have a lot of interaction with their viewers through comments and live chat on their podcast channel, in which they talk in depth about different topics. Thank you for watching the video. Tell me in the comments section down below what is your favorite YouTube channel who covers China, or if I miss out any important ones which you know. Please like the video and subscribe. You have to remember to always think critically of information and its sources. Ideally, you should always check info with multiple sources and think about the potential beneficiaries of the reports.